everyone. So for our family eco map project, I decided to write about Howard. Howard was struggling with an addiction to alcohol. It was affecting his relationship with his long-term girlfriend Veronica. He suffers from depression, which he says is because, or he quotes as the reason for his addiction. He says that his love of professional driving had to stop when he was in a crash and he injured himself really badly, which further accounts for his depression and his alcoholism.
So before we get started going over the actual eco map, I do just want to go over the legend quickly. So the dark blue, which is very hard to see on camera, so I apologize for that, represents men. The pink represents women. The lines with the dashes through them represent the stressful relationship. The straight black lines represent a positive connection. The line with the arrows represent the flow of energy and the flow of resources. The square represents the various institutions, and then the circle represents the people in Howard's life. Alright, so first I want to go over the people. We see a lot of Veronica throughout his intervention episode. That is his girlfriend. And they definitely have a strenuous relationship. Veronica says several times that she's not sure how much longer she can deal with Howard's addiction and the various behaviors that come with addiction, such as forgetting things. Such as one scene, they're eating dinner together, and she actually talks about the night before where they were being passionate, and then the next morning he did not remember doing anything with her, and that upset her significantly. So for those reasons, his alcohol addiction is making their relationship stressful for her. Alright, next we have his mother, Beverly, as well as his father, George. I noticed that like when they did meet during the actual intervention, it seemed like they had not seen each other for quite some time, and they didn't note any like significant stressors besides just being worried about his overall health and well-being. So I put a positive connection because they love Howard. They are worried for him, but I don't think their relationship is directly affected by his addiction. Then we had Tara Fields. She was the interventionist, and I have the flow of energy going towards Howard because she established the intervention, she led the intervention, and she is who ultimately got Howard to accept treatment. And then we have Chris, who is Howard's friend. We only saw him for a moment, and he did say that he was worried about Chris, but he did not make any like significant statements about how his or Howard's relationship was being like affected at all. So for that, I just put the positive connection because there were no stressors that seemed to be present within their relationship. Now I'm going to go over the institutions. Hello, boy. I'm just going to ask you to... Woo, woo. Thank you, sir. All right. And so let's start with his mental health. He suffers from depression, which he quotes as his reason for drinking. And so for that, we put a strenuous relationship. His depression significantly affects his overall mental health and is the reason for his alcoholism. And then we go to his addiction, his alcoholism, which is the reason for several things, such as his strenuous relationship with his girlfriend, as well as his liver issues. I don't know if it was directly liver failure, but I know he was having significant liver issues. So then we have his rehabilitation and treatment, which are positives. And Howard put energy into his rehab, and his rehab put energy into him. So that is why there is a flow of energy between the two. And then lastly, we have his physical health, such as his leg injuries, which can account for his depression and his mental health issues. And then his liver failure or his liver issues in general are a result of his alcohol addiction. So, this is my eco map of Howard. Thank you so much for watching.